Good morning, dear students. Welcome back to the third class of the online session 2020-2021. I hope all of you have read the chapter till force. We have already finished till force, isn't it? And the most important thing that you need to do, as I told you, please solve the worksheet and send it to us for correction. Okay? So in the third class today, we are going to begin with the second part of the chapter, that is pressure. Okay? So with the term pressure, what is the first thing that comes to our mind? What is pressure? Isn't it? So what is pressure? Pressure is defined as the force exerted per unit area. Is that clear? So what is pressure? Force exerted per unit area. So I am going to write it mathematically. So what can I state about pressure? Pressure is equals to force exerted per unit area. This is very important. Force exerted per unit area. Now let us come to the unit of pressure. So before that, let me tell you what is the SI unit of force. As we know, the SI unit of force is Newton. And what is the unit of area then? The unit of area is meter square. So I can also say the SI or the standard unit of pressure is what? Newton per meter square, which is also known as Pascal. P-A-S-C-A-L, denoted by capital P small a. Pascal. So Newton per meter square is also known as Pascal. Is that clear? This is very important. Okay, so the standard unit Newton per meter square is known as Pascal. If I ask you what is the CGS unit, you are going to tell me dyne per centimeter square. Simple as that. We have already studied about Newton, dyne in the previous part while doing force, isn't it? So this is the SI unit of pressure, which is also called Pascal. So Newton per meter square or Pascal, both are same thing. Is that clear? Okay. So as we have studied about Pascal, just like I told you what is the definition of 1 Newton, similarly I can ask you what is the definition of 1 Pascal. So what is the definition of 1 Pascal? So this is defined as the pressure exerted by a force of 1 Newton perpendicularly on an area of 1 meter square. Is that clear? So this is the definition of 1 Pascal. Now look at this particular equation, the formula that I have written. This formula, you have to understand one thing very well, because we will be doing some numericals. Some numericals on pressure. Very simple numericals, and this is the formula. So pressure is equals to force by area. So if any two data is given to you in the question, you can easily calculate the third one. Isn't it? So what is the first thing we should do? From the question, you should always pick out the data that is provided to you. Then check the units, whether the units are given in SI or in CGS. If not, convert it. And then apply the formula pressure equals to force by area, and whichever data you have to find out, you can easily find it out. Is that clear? So let me give you one question. No need to worry, as I have already given it in my study material. Okay. So let me discuss the first question with all of you. The very first numerical. The first question is, an elephant elephant, you can also note it down. An elephant weighs 20,000 Newton when it stands on 1 foot of area 1000 centimeters square. How much pressure would it exert on the ground? This is the question that I have given you. How much pressure it would exert on the ground. So you can note down the question and you can practice it along with my explanation also. And this same thing is given in the study material also. Is that clear? Okay. So what is the question? An elephant weighs 20,000 Newton when it stands on 1 foot of area 1000 meters square. Sorry, centimeters square. 1000 centimeters square, mind it. How much pressure would it exert on the ground? So what is the first thing I told you? Extract the data that is given to you in the question. So what is provided to us? 20,000 Newton. What is the meaning of this term 20,000 Newton? It means my force is already given. Force is given 20,000 Newton. The first thing I have got is force, which is already given to me. The second thing is area. How much is the area given to me? 1000 centimeters square. So I have extracted the two things that is given to me. And what is the third thing I have to find out? Pressure is the third thing I have to find out. Force is 20,000 Newton. Absolutely correct. SI unit is given. So I am checking the units now. The second thing, area, 1000 centimeters square. So my answer will not be Newton per centimeter square. I will always bring it in Newton per meter square. So what I can do, I have to convert this 1000 centimeter square to meter square. So I know the relation between meter and centimeter. 1 meter equals to 100 centimeter. Then 1 centimeter equals to 1 by 100 meter. So I have to divide it, isn't it? So what can I do? Mind it, this thing is very important. I am doing it out here. 1000 centimeter square, 1000 centimeter square is equals to 1000 by 100 into 100 meter square. Mind it, it is centimeter square. That means there are 2 centimeter. 2, not 1. So for each you have to convert. So for 1 centimeter you are converting first to meter. So it's divide by 100. Again for the second one you are converting it into meter. So again divide by 100. So it is 100 into 100. That comes to 1000 by 10,000. So that comes to 0.1 meter square. So I have converted centimeter square to meter square. Did you understand? Please go through this thing. Once more I am repeating. The force is given to me 20,000 Newton, which is absolutely correct in standard unit. Area is given 1000 centimeter square. So I will convert it into meter square. How will I do that? 1 meter equals to 100 centimeter. Then 1 centimeter equals to 1 by 100 meter. Just dividing it. Since it is centimeter square means there are how many centimeter? 2. So twice I am converting it. 1000 divided by 100 into 100 what? Meter square. Is that clear? So this is what I am getting, my area 0.1 meter square. Now I can absolutely proceed with the question. There is no problem at all. I have already converted it. So now my pressure is force by area. I am rubbing it out. So I'm rubbing it out. So since my force is 20,000 Newton and my area is 0.1 meter square, my pressure is force by area, that is equals to 20,000 divided by 0.1. That comes to 2 lakh Newton per meter square or 2 lakh Pascal. Newton per meter square is also known as Pascal. I hope I have made myself clear. Is it okay? So it comes to 2 lakh. Clear? So this is the first question. Let us move to the second numerical. So like this you can make your own numericals and you can practice it. So here we are finding out pressure. So there can be question where you need to find out the area where the pressure and force is given, or force is given, pressure and area is given, force you have to find out, or area you have to find out when pressure and force is given, and so on. So two things will be given to you. You have to check whether the units are correct or not, and then only you can proceed. Okay. The second question, question number 2. Calculate the pressure produced by a force of 800 Newton acting on an area of 2 meters square. So what do you need to find out? Calculate the pressure. So that's the question. Calculate the pressure produced by a force of 800 Newton. So I think this question is very clear. Force is given to me 800 Newton and my area is given to me 2 meters square. So here I don't have to convert anything since my units are absolutely correct. So I am going to directly, solve it. So force is 800 divided by area is 2. That comes to 400 Pascal or Newton per meter square. Clear? So this is about, in short. Okay, so 2 questions we have done here, numericals. You can go through more questions. You can make your own questions and practice also. Is that clear? Okay, so please practice and solve the worksheets. Once again, I'm telling you, okay, and go through the study material. That's all for today's class. Thank you and have a good day.